I'd like to buy the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honey bees and snow white turtle doves.
Coca-Cola is the most recognized brand in the world, but that's not the only rank Coca-Cola owns the #1 position. It also the top spot of the ranking of the greatest fiascos of business history, the New Coke. In response to consumers' preference to a sweeter taste of Pepsi, Coke launched in '85 the New Coke, with taste mimicking the competition. Yes, in blind tests, people have consistently said they liked the new formula better. But before they had buy the first bottle of it, millions of Americans decided they hated New Coke. That's because a soft drink is much more than merely its flavor. A soda, it's also its marketing. And Coke has spent more than 100 years convincing Americans that its product was an integral part of their lives. You must be wondering then, where's the agility in this story? Well, Coke showed tremendous agility to fix the mess it has created. It showed especially operational agility. Production of New Coke was suspended in the same week it was launched, and the old Coke came back to shelves marketed as the Classic Coke, with new package and a huge marketing campaign. Sales for the Classic Coke quickly picked up, and by the end of the year, Coke was back to the #1 sales position in the industry.
As good as your best friends, as real as the way you feel. Coke, Diet Coke, Coca-Cola Classic. It's the way you said it should be, because you know what you've always known. You've got it all.
Coca-Cola displayed strategic agility when designing their approach to entering developing markets. Rather than focus exclusively on large urban centers, Coca-Cola realized that large segments of the population were scattered across rural areas of nations like India, China, and South America. The structure of Coca-Cola's international operations gave local regions and countries the autonomy to design and implement effective distribution approaches. Finally, they provide wholesalers and retailers with cheap, reliable technology, for example, mobile phones, to give them access to real-time data. Through this operational agility and the foresight to invest in supporting local, small businesses, Coca-Cola reaches many rural destinations, whether by truck, pushcart, or donkey, that are neglected by the city-focused competitors. To further address unique customer needs in poor rural regions, in India, Coca-Cola also reduced average price, partially by instituting a smaller bottle. They leveraged this learning in other markets, notably China. This built demand by making Coke aspirational but accessible. Coca-Cola also shows agility in its growing strategies to keep the lead in the dynamic beverage industry. Throughout the last 2 decades, it kept growing by expanding the portfolio of drink brands it sells. In the 1990s, as sales of signature brands in emerging markets slowed down, Coca-Cola led a major beverage industry consolidation trend by acquiring local successful soda brands, like Inca Kola in Peru and Thumbs Up in India. All deals were aimed at expanding market shares and revenues. But why did Coca-Cola acquire Major League Sodas? Well, because the late 1990s still featured growth in the world's consumption of soft drinks. In the new millennium, as consumer preferences change to health drinks, Coca-Cola continues to show strong agility by leading another beverage industry M&A trend, now targeting non-carbonated drinks. Odwalla, a juice company, was acquired in 2001. In 2007, the main target were energy drinks, like energy brands and fused beverages. As a highlight, Coca-Cola acquired 18% of energy drinks in 2009, taking over the rest of the company 2 years later. To remain successful for more than 100 years requires agility, but also competence. And Coca-Cola is on the right track to remain successful in the future. Coca-Cola, always.